And we're here to show you why. Welcome, everyone. How's everyone going? Good to have you for the first proper Eagles game of 2024. It is just gone 5 a.m. And you can tell by my eyes I'm sleep deprived, but I'm happy to be here. Of all things to do while you're a bit hungover, this is a great place to be. So we've got a few people in the chat already. Awesome. A few people just want to be competitive. Under 10 goals would be nice, says Matt. I'm just letting myself believe a little bit to start off. Also, let me know if you guys can hear me all right. But when I say believe, I really just mean give them a closer game than people are expecting. Not really thinking about a win yet, obviously. He, welcome. Good to see you, mate. Pat Kaz, likewise. I got about 4.5 hours sleep, I reckon. Which is fine. But the night before that, I went out and probably got about 6, so I'm sleep deprived. But committed to this game. G'day, James. Sanders got sub with 15 touches. Are you serious? See, I've just woken up, obviously, and I've checked the score, and I didn't look at how Sanders did. That is so frustrating from a fantasy point of view. Interesting. I'd love to know why that happened. Geez, that only doors for us in the UK. Morning, mate. Whereabouts are you, Donald? In the UK? It feels good to be here, though. I really hope this doesn't dull my enthusiasm in the quarter. Just to show you how much of a mess my life is right now. I normally get a morning coffee. I can't, so I bought one. That's fine. I'm having a cream egg for breakfast. And I got something in the fridge called Snack and Chicken, which I think is a hilarious name and a very mediocre product. But Aldi had like these little snack things, so should be good. Edinburgh, nice. I respect you getting up, Donald. No injuries and max effort is all I ask for, says Simo. Agreed, mate. I appreciate you taking the time as Eagles coach to come into this live stream. Chuck a like on the stream if you can, guys. That'd be amazing. As we see, the ball's about to be bounced. Harley Reid at the centre bounce. Saw that coming. Looking forward to seeing Jinby today. Is that Duggan also? Yeah, it's Duggan, not Kelly, with Yo in the bounce. First inside the 50 to the power. Who else has Sicily in their fantasy team? I'll quickly skim. How did Sicily do? Did he not do well? I do not have him. All right, Bailey against Charlie in the ruck there. Duggan. Good, yeah. It's going to be a frenetic start. Hopefully, starting well has not really been a strength of ours, which sounds funny because what strength do we have, right? But in general, I feel like we are slow to start games and have been for about 3 or 4 years. Sixers and Dogs, Briar. Yeah, right. Mate, that's insane. Respect. Hopefully there's just effort from the boys. I agree. Tom Green captain's a great choice. I had Ron Marshall. I was fairly happy with that. I was curious to see how my fantasy team did. I got Rosie and Yo in this game too, and Harley. So ball's hemmed in our D50 so far. That's all right. It's going to be a frenetic start, I reckon. Like, it's going to take a while before we get clean hands on the ball. Giggity. G'day, lads. What are we thinking? A 10 or 15 goal loss? Your team's 0-2, bro. Harley. Blind kick down. That wasn't great, but that's all right. Jamison was a surprise selection for me. I don't hate it. I just didn't see it coming. I see the logic, but I hope it goes well today. As Port Adelaide have probably the first mark of the game. Minute and a half gone, no score. Sava, one of the new recruits, as I might have a little crack into this Kinder Egg. Is it Yes. Got Cadbury cream egg, sorry. Not Kinder, what am I thinking? So pretty jam-packed D50 as Rosie goes inside. Jamo sort of spoiled there. Either way, Dixon didn't mark. I went to let me wipe my tears with a piece of the premiership flag. Nice clearance there from Harley Reid. 15 minutes out from goal. Minutes. Forgive me, I am so sleep deprived. Come on, Gripper. Out of bounds. Three touches to Reid there. Beautiful. G'day, Sammy G, if I didn't say that. I hope it is a competitive game too, mate. And I have faith. Energy looks up. Couldn't think of anything worse than eating a cream egg. I can eat anything, anytime. Legit. I really can. I could have a cold spaghetti bolognese for breakfast. Call me crazy. Out of bounds on the wing, 17-29 gone for me. Early touches for Reid. Yeah, agreed. Prefer to see him around the action than say if he had 3 touches to halftime. Not that it really matters, but nice to build some confidence. Williams with our first inside 50. Petricelli, tell you what, Noah Long looks beautiful, the number 13. Probably got a little one high there. But out of bounds in our forward 50. Hopefully we can keep the ball in our forward half. Could I have a beef for breakfast is a good question. That's a little bit extreme. Yes. But I can never imagine a world where I'd want to. Harley again. Possession number 5 in about 3 minutes. Oh! Lockie Jones, I think, got sort of lost his feet. Nearly created an opportunity. That's a talent, mate. Thank you. Yeah. I can eat, I have weird eating habits, to be honest. So, well, was that Rioli? That was really clean. I hate that. That just happened. All right. Decent there from Cole, out of bounds. So 3.5 minutes into season 2024 and no complaints. Am I right, guys? Not too bad. Thanks, Rogie. Sort of. It is still possible we finish the round lower than you. I think North have the worst percentage. Not that it really matters, but I did kind of have a little look to see what it would take for us to not finish the round bottom. Oscar Allen. If Kelly has this game, I wonder if it has a great yard shift. Yeah. Bailey inside 50. We create a presence here, darling. Cool. So another stoppage in our forward 50. That is exactly right, Xavier. Yeah. I don't really advertise that because I don't know how allowed that is, but there you go. That's pretty much what I do. G'day, Colleen. Colleen's got a good YouTube channel, actually. I've seen your videos, mate. I'm hoping West Coast win. Me too. Although this looks a little bit dangerous as Boak has the ball in an acre of space. Inside 50. Oh, dear. 2-on-1. Oh, God, what's happened there? Okay, so Bo's got the ball out of D50. He's run 50 metres with no one around him. He kicked to a 2-1-1 to Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide had a 2-on-1. And then that 2-on-1 was kicked long to Dixon all on by himself in the goal square. I just have no idea how that's... you don't really see players that bad or teams badly exposed like that. Let's go West Coast, says Joshua. Agreed, mate. We played well, though. I'm happy. Yeah, I agree. He. And with Rogie as well. I've caught that game, or most of it. North looked pretty good. It really doesn't matter who finishes bottom of the round. I can just see the Instagram post coming if we are bottom. Which is, possible considering I think that would only take like a 40-point margin. Oh, Jim B here for the first time. Paul in another clearance. Well done, Barras, sort of. No, you got a free kick. Beautiful. Hurts to see Willie in those colours. Yeah. Especially when he does something good like he did there. Oh, Witherden. Trying to be a little cute, but it's okay. He gets the ball back. And finally got some overlap. And Brockman for his first possession. Kicks inside 50. It's a decent kick. Reed. Yes. Oh, well done, boys. Well done. Come on. Well played. So Harley with a score involvement already. And what I'm going to do is I'll get the score up in a second. Just going to clean this up. Got to clean this up. I really enjoyed the goal. Now I got to do some StreamYard little bits. So Brockman inside 50 leads to a Harley Reid over the top handball. Jamie Cripps taps on cleverly to Jake Waterman for our first goal of the season. So the new recruit's getting stuck in there. Harley Reid has been all over it. G'day, Kane. Good to have you, mate. Hopefully McKercher gets the Rising Star nom, even though I think Dersma was better. I was thinking about who might get the nom this week. Who else played well? Because Ollie Dempsey had a pretty big game. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it. But McKercher, did you get 18 touches or was it more than that? I can't actually remember. Dersma kicked a couple, I saw. Harley's looking so good at the moment, mate. Thank you. It's nice to hear that. Why, thank you. No, it is so silly that he copped, grief from people after a first preseason game. Ooh, very short pass inside 50. I don't know if that was 15, but it doesn't matter. Porter lining up. Dersma had kicked 2-1 against the best defense in the comp. Yeah. Dempsey. Fuck, I did it again. Dempsey was really good, though. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it. Mead misses. So I'm going to put the score on the screen now. Heath Sheen's in the chat. Welcome, mate. Did you say rebrand? Oh, nice. Soccer by Brockman leads to Waterman. Cripps lining up. Ah, Heath. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's been there for a while, man. like, I don't know, a month or two. But thank you for noticing. Harley will get it the way he started. That didn't even cross my mind, to be honest, but possible. As Cripps is lining up. Come on, Eagles. That has not registered a score. Waterman? Waterman missed. No, that's right. The only reason I think it's funny is just I'm pretty sure you've been in at least 2 or 3 live streams since I changed the logo. I wasn't surprised that you didn't notice it in general, but I'm sure you've been in at least 2 live streams. Power goes straight into the inside 50. That burns. They're going to line up for goal. Rogie liked the old logo. Did you? Oh, thanks, mate. Now, I actually really preferred making it just a clean TF. Always thought of it more as a platform rather than just a dude, but yeah, it looks a little bit more legitimate, even though it took me about 11 seconds to make. Is it Finlayson lining up here? Looks like that's fading to the right, and the Power are a point up. He likes it. Thanks, mate. Power 8, 7, Eagles. So decent start. What we're looking for, I'm not surprised by anything I've seen. What we're looking for is just how long we can play this way. Ball's up on centre wing. Marked by Houston. G'day Nyasha, by the way. G'day Stainer. Shout out. It is nice and early. Well, it's just early, not nice. That's okay. I'm settled now. I've had my Cadbury cream egg of the sugar hit. I've got a little coffee here, which I mustn't forget about. And I'm excited to see the Eagles play, so I'm good. Chris says Cripps is my favourite Eagle. He is one of mine too. I've always thought he was an underrated player. Absolute gun. Jamo spending some time in the ruck. It's good to see Bailey get support in the ruck. Even though I didn't pick Jamo in my best 22 for this team. By the way, guys, forgive me. I'm going to post in the chat my Eagles channel. Send this tweet, and then I'm going to pin it, and that way people can find. Petrocelli wins the ball. Oh, foul bag. Into the advantage of Darling, sort of. So we've got plenty of inside 50s, which is nice, relatively speaking. It's not like the ball's trapped in our back half. Harley and Brockman looking decent so far, I agree. Come on, boys, keep it in the 50. Port mop up. Yeah, they're looking fairly clean so far. Jinby, first possession, I think. Oh, that wasn't great, Edwards. Yo, inside 50. No one really to go to. Finds Darling. Long, well done. Very well done, Noah Long. Oscar. She was right to the top of the square. Out of bounds. Probably a good result in the end. Cool, sorry. Do I still watch the True Geordie kickoff? I'm going to be honest, no. I still like True Geordie, but I have stopped clicking on the videos. I just... I do watch some of his fighting stuff, depending on the fight. Like AJ Ngannou and Jake Paul stuff. I do find that entertaining. I'm going to try this coffee. Let me know. Well, what do you mean let me know? What the fuck am I saying? I'll let you know if it's any good. Yes, Rogi. Agreed. Yes, so pretty much so far since we discussed it, it's been either a Pies game or Eagles game. I'm pretty keen to do the Eagles game alone because it's distracting enough as it is, and I say that and I'm already distracted. And I also don't want to deal with the delay of talking to someone who's a few seconds ahead of me. But we will do it. What content is on the True Eagles channel? Tasteful nudes and Sydney Swans match day vlogs. You'll love it. So getting our hands on the footy, I'm pretty. You can really tell expectations are low, but no, so far so good. Tasteful nudes indeed to the Blues. Callum has been good. Yes, he's looked good this preseason. A bit of a forgotten player by everyone, including myself, respectfully, going into this year. It sounds like my channel. You're stealing my content. Yeah. How good are the Swans at the moment, though, Heath? If it was a Pies game, I'd go from long silences to strings of swear words. Yeah. Now I'll try and keep it interactive. It is nice to have no real expectations on this game. Some expectation, but the bar is low. Both GWS and West Coast have tough asks in their first round. I was just thinking, like last year they played each other, and both teams had a chance to show what they're about a little bit. Oh, is Oscar giving away a free? Yeah, definitely pushed him in the back there. Yeah, we've got Point and North have GWS, and to be fair, I think North would be happy with how they played for the most part. AFL legend in the chat saying, good effort from West Coast. Thanks, mates. I knew we were capable of this, but it's only still very early. Doesn't take much for games to turn bad. The Modern Gooner from China. Hello, mate. The Guangzhou Scorpions. Good to have you, Modern Gooner. Let's put Adelaide register behind, as I said that. Brockman class by foot, I agree. He's looked good so far. I haven't really seen a lot of Brockman prior to him debuting for us. He says, I reckon we beat Freo next week. I had the same thought, but I want to see Freo play before I make that comment because I still think they could be a good team. But you did beat them last year in Perth. Not sure if Zerk Thatcher is reliable enough to take the best key forward each week. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. But I suppose at least he's got two other established key backs in that team. Ken Brockman. That is a great one. Geez, Harley Reid's had at least 6 touches, maybe even 7. That might be 7 or 8 now. That turned out poorly for us because, out of bounds. So that wasn't great by us. On another note, West Coast looking good. The thing is, it's just going to be who stays resilient for the 23 rounds, I reckon, rather than who's looking better in round 1. I'm not too concerned about that. Aside from just wanting to play well every week. Butters breaks a bit of a drought there. Great goal. Got 44 in the chat. Thank you, guys. Good to have you here. Chuck a like on the stream if you don't mind. It's not for my own vanity. It is for algorithmic purposes. It helps me get seen a little bit. $15-7. It is 5:25 a.m., Chris, and I've got a succulent coffee. Harley has been impressive, I agree. Oh, g'day, Darth Jar Jar. And do they call me Troy? They should, shouldn't they? I have gotten the Troy thing for ages. I'm just scrolling up. I missed a comment here by Eagle Fart. West Coast looking competitive. Eagle Fart was actually the original name I had for True Eagle. No, not really, but come on. Big, bad, bustling Bailey launches inside 50. We haven't had a single kick to a forward yet that's been good. I'm not going to lie. That's one blemish so far. Butters is the best surname. Bailey. Oh, how good. Picking up where he left off last year. That is he had a great season last year. Straight out of the ruck. Ooh, Bailey, do you know what that's like? Ooh, Bailey, face on it. I don't know where I was going with that. People out here fading in Supercoach Fantasy. Let me have a look. I don't think he's going to be a consistently high fantasy player, so him getting a lot of the ball is nice. He's on 8 touches and 25 points for fantasy. That's pretty damn good for your first quarter, eh? Modern Gooder says, who's our best up-and-coming defender? If you're just talking general defenders, I'd say Brady Hoff. I think he's kind of the only young one in the team. A lot of them are pretty established now. Cole Duggan, Brass McGovern. I mean, Jamison, you could say, is a young key defender. Only just became a key defender like this preseason. Oh, Eagles free kick through Kelly. Bailey at Adelaide Oval's a different beast. Ahan says Eagles cause an upset, or imagine. I mean, we're not looking too bad. I think Port look clearly better, so not getting too excited yet. Oh, Rioli. Don't be doing that sort of stuff. Charlie takes a strong mark in front of our ass. I'm thinking we play Williams as number 1 ruck. No need to play him ruck forward. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't mind him. I think we could. We definitely need to support him with a good ruck, which we failed to do last year. I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't mind it. If Dixon misses, I feel like they've let us off. Oh, what? That was a goal? That really looked like he missed. My bad. Brady Hoff is Jesse's love child. I think he's quietly becoming like a lot of Eagles fans' love child. He's a very good player. He's possibly our best performed over the 2 preseason games. Like if you combine the 2 performances. Does Brass kind of suck? No, he doesn't kind of suck. You serious? No, he doesn't kind of suck. But he is really more of an intercept player. And he was never really going to catch 204 centimeter Charlie Dixon on there. I know that's clearly a goal. It really freaked me out. I thought that was a point. Oh, I better score. I think Port will still win, but West Coast will show signs. Yeah, I agree, mate. Ahan says Harley Reid should have 29 at the end of the game. That'd be nice. I think he will play some limited minutes, so we might see that rate of disposals drop a bit. Well done, Eagles. I feel like the contest there, that was good. So for us to turn that into an inside 50 now, Cripps, just over the top of Waterman. The polish inside 50 has possibly been the biggest thing we need to improve on in that quarter so far. Just every kick has been to the feet of Darling or over the top of Waterman, etc. Duggan. Oh, a bit of a double touch. Well done. Bailey. Stay in. Yeah, well said, Modern Gooner. I mean, so far I feel like done a solid job of limiting them. They haven't had that many inside 50s. In fact, I reckon we might be starting to catch up. Just have a look at the inside 50 count. They've had 3 marks inside 51, yeah, no doubt. But we're up in the clearances. We've had 6 tackles inside 50 to there too. Oh, that's a good mark again. Charlie Dixon does always, I feel like, play well against us as well. I don't think we really have an answer for the big, huge contested key forwards. But to be fair, some of them, Houston misses to the left, thankfully. Where the hell is inside 50s on this app? I'm tired. I've probably scrolled past it 50 times. Oh, I don't even care. I do care. I'll check it out quarter time. Well done, Kelly. Yo, combining there. We rely a lot on those guys to carry this midfield, I reckon. At least at this current point in time. Waterman has pretty much been the focal point. That was definitely out of bounds, surely. Petrocelli gets a goal. Beautiful. That was surely out of bounds. Didn't even look close to staying in. No, that's not true. But I really did think that was out of bounds. But there you go. That was out of bounds. It really does look out of bounds, and the umpire was in perfect position there. It'd be cool to see a different angle. Oh, it's actually really hard to tell. I would still guess that that's out of bounds, but it wasn't conclusive. That was out of bounds. PT rolling his grave. How can it not be out of bounds? I don't know. I just think on both angles it was still a bit ambiguous, but I think we're all agreeing that instinctively we were like, nah, that's out of bounds. A bee's dick in it, you'd say, yeah. Yeah, I'd be shocked to learn that it was not out of bounds, put it that way. We'll take it. We need to change that kick out. Yeah, you're right. We haven't always gone to the right wing. True. Solid start from the Eagles. Yeah, not too bad. You do feel like it could only take a quarter of us to lapse for the margin to get unflattering. But, so far so good. Don't want to be negative. I am happy. Just updating the scores. I have noticed that as well, Rogie. A lot of reviews. God damn it. Cirque Thatcher. So between the two clubs, I think there's 6 club debuts. Oh, no, 5. God damn it, Charlie Dixon. I think you guys are ahead of me because that Dixon thing only just happened for me. Where he took the mark. Where's Harles? I think they're just going to heavily rotate him for a while. I don't mind that either. I get extended bench time. Oh, when you get 10 touches in the first half of a quarter, I think you can take the second half of the quarter off, can't you? That's fair, right? 20 seconds to go in the quarter. For me, Jaden Hunt, we just need to not turn the ball over. That would be great. Oh, Mark's been paid. Lucky. Is that going to be the new Harley Reid criticism? Yeah, you got 30 touches, but where's your game time at, bro? Nah, we're just kidding around. That should be quarter time. Oh, good. McGovern's been hit. Hopefully just winded. Oh, was his head? Fuck. This bloke has been hitting the ribs about 3 times in his career. Fuck. Hopefully he's just winded. Yeah, I reckon he's just winded, maybe. Fuck me then. The grand final gets a damaged kidney from that hip. And I think his ribs were involved. 2022 gets smacked in the ribs, freak injury. It gets a head in the ribs or something. If that's happened for a third time, I'm stunned and annoyed on his behalf. Poor guy. So I think it's 24-19. He's not clutching his ribs. Yeah, I think you're right, Darth. That was my reaction too. The commentators were saying ribs, but hopefully it's just winded. Oh. It looks like a carbon copy of... Yeah, I remember that. That ended his season from memory. Could be wrong. No, maybe... Yeah, no, I think it did end his season. I can't remember. That was 2022. Last year was the torn hammy. He's tough, though. He'll stay on if he's hurt. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Suspension worthy. I didn't notice anything suspension worthy. Probably not. Yeah, it wasn't high. So just in the ribs. Better quarter than I expected. I agree. Got 70 in the chat. Good to have you, by the way, guys. Thank you. Yeah, look, generally good quarter. Honestly, really good quarter. I'm just keen to see if we can keep it going naturally. If every quarter plays out like that, we could win, but I don't expect every quarter to play out like that. So we're out tackling them. Clearances are even. Inside 50s 13-11, so not bad. I mean, that's still not a lot for us. Times that by 4, and that's still a 44. That's lower than average, but they've only had 13. So I think that Dixon clunking a few marks has been big for them. And arguably the only reason they're in front. Bailey Williams, most fantasy points for us. Charlie Dixon for them. Trying to find what reads on 8 touches, 5 handballs, 3 kicks, 2 marks. But your Western Star jumps in solidarity. Butters gets suspended. Yeah. Nah, he should be fine. Yeah, you're probably right, Darth. But really good start. Port fans on Big Footy will be livid, yeah. Well, I don't know. I think the Eagles have been fairly heavily disrespected this offseason. And I understand why. But I've been fairly consistent that if we just have some players back and we have fit, then we will be way better. I never said, I still had his bottom 2. But this quarter being capable of this quarter, yeah, I definitely thought it was possible. Not to mention all the overreactions from the preseason games. My God. G'day, Brooklyn. Likewise. Nice to have you as well. What's the Reed's disposal efficiency like? I use the Footy Live app because the AFL app stopped working, and I don't know if it will tell me. But off the top of my head, yeah, 1 or 2 ineffective at least. but a few effective. 87% efficient. There you go. That's not bad. So it was only one. Shall we see? Well done. Welcome, mate. Biscuits. Gaff's last game's just playing on footy. I haven't really noticed him, to be honest. Charlie Dixon. Yeah, my dad always says this about Charlie Dixon. He's like, oh, that bloody Charlie Dixon's going to play $1 million against us. And to be fair, he's bang on. I can hear him from here. Andrew Gaff is Simonian. God, yeah. That's not bad. Yeah, it was a good kick for Brockman. He really does add something. It is so weird seeing a different number 13 out there, I'm not going to lie. 248 games from Luke Shuey in the number 13. It's weird. The number 9, though, that looks normal. So Harley Reid's had more touches this quarter than he did in the first preseason game. Just ruggy. Longy looks good in 13. He does. Yeah, it's just it trips me out. It doesn't look right, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean I'm used to seeing it on a much bigger midfielder. Come on, Eagles. Let's back this up. Playing pretty good footy, even though Kelly's been good. Yo's only had the 4 touches. He's been fine, but obviously not dominating, which I think is promising because I was a bit worried if we didn't have those guys in. But they have done some important things like that. Oh, Duggan, not great. Turns it over. So that's annoying. So Duggan, after all this talk about him playing midfield this preseason, didn't feature there. Great tackle, Yo. Well done. How good is that? Seriously, he's such a good player. Oh, Oscar. Damn. Yeah, all this talk about Duggan playing preseason didn't feature there in the preseason games. I've seen him a few centre bounces now. Which West Coast player? I'm not answering that. You and your gherkins, mate. I swear Longy is the shortest player on our list. I'm trying to think who actually is. Locke Rawlinson, I think, is shorter. Brockman might even be shorter. I actually can't remember how short Noah Long is. Maybe Noah Long is smaller. He's super wide. He's got a really low center of gravity. Long, the shape of his body, which I think is sort of like Chapman. Really wide hips, which I think, well done. McGovern's back on the field, takes a strong mark. Good to see him back. Well done, Gov. One of our more important ins out of the senior boys, absolutely. Especially when Edwards and Basil were both injured. Oh, get him out of the team. Bad turnover from Gov there. That was poor. Marshall goes inside 50 for the power. Barras has been a non-effect. I mean, tough opponent, but I don't think he's got his hand on one spoil yet. Dixon lines up and should kick this. Goal. Thoughts on Burn Jones' new hair? Yeah, that was him with the afro. I take it. That was him, right? He kind of looks like my dad in the 70s. Or Ross from Friends in the 70s or 80s. Has Harley Reid kicked a goal? No, he hasn't kicked a goal. He had a scorer involvement though, which was a handball to somebody who tapped it to the goal kicker. Dixon tattoos are kind of shit. Yeah, I tell you what, Zerha's tats as well. I was looking at it yesterday. I really don't like it when they're all just sort of like scattered around the arms. It's weird. Switch Gov and Brass. Yeah, I think it's probably worth a shot. I don't know. Gov's slimmed down so much. I don't know if he's necessarily equipped to play the same role, but I mean, Brass is getting well beaten. Oof. Like Edwards. Wasn't sure if he's going to play today. I presume Campbell Chase is a sub then, yeah. Free kick solo. Oh, on Francis. Oh, drop the mark, Marshall. Oh, I don't know if that was a mark. Seriously? I thought that was a bit odd. Like, especially when it wasn't contested at all. Like, he was uncontested and dropped it. I didn't see it personally. Like, I didn't see it properly. I think it was very generous to pay that a mark. Thankfully, he's missed. Yeah, quick on the draw for marks indeed. That one, I don't know, just felt wrong. Jaden. Oh, I was literally about to talk him up. Tell you what, though, did very well. Oh, then he turned it over again. That was not his best passage of play. This is another behind. How do I rate West Coast performance so far? I think so far so good. I think this is realistically as good as I could have hoped. I'm still nervous about the score blowing out. The ball's been in our back line this entire quarter, I think, and we just keep making mistakes coming out of the D50. So it'd be nice to see us show an ability again is coming back. Fuck. Uncontested. All right. This is starting to look bad. That's like 3 in a row. This is Marshall. This would be annoying if he kicks it. I mean, all opposition goals are annoying, and that is a great kick. Oh, he's hit the post. Lucky. I am exactly 5 minutes. It was 15 minutes exactly on my clock for that. For those asking. Just update the score. We need to get the ball out of back 50. My God. And we keep going to the same part of the ground. This is where we lose the ball usually, and we have again good pressure, fumble. Oh, feel like somebody should have tackled Asava there properly. Well done. Oh, another handball out. Got the tackle there. The tackle was laid. Handball comes out easy. Frustrating. Well done, Jamo. Good mark. Fair play, Jamo. Did they break the record for most games lost? I actually don't know. It was 5. Is that the record? I don't even remember it being a record, but I wouldn't be surprised. I can't imagine it's happened too many times. We are getting lucky with those misses. We're out tackling them, which is good. Can't fault the pressure, although a couple of those I think really should have at least stopped an easy handball, let alone a handball at all. Oof. Well done, Hoff. Trapped it. Well done, Yo. Well done. Stoppage is a good result there. There was about 4 poor players. He's been good, which is not a surprise. But I am feeling his impact, even though he hasn't had a million touches. What? I thought that went about 8 meters. Maybe it was just the angle. Marshall now lining up. Oh. Easy goal. Annoying. Anyone popping off or shitting the bed for your fantasy team? I shall have a look shortly. Yeah, someone said they subbed Sanders. I mean, fair enough, looking after a young player, but when he's had 15 touches, it's crazy. Matt says it's a real danger quarter. I agree. This is, I mean, not the end of the world, but I'd hate the margin to blow out, and we could drop our heads if it gets much worse. Gaff 1 possession. Yeah, true. I have not noticed him at all. Oscar hasn't had an impact. Yeah. Jaden says the backline's terrible. I mean, I think Bryce is getting well beaten. That's pretty much the main one. And we just struggled to get the ball. Oh, Reed's in the midfield. Kelly. Yeah, we're just struggling to get the ball past halfway. Just comes bouncing back. Bevo is a super coached fantasy terrorist. 1 inside 50 this quarter. I'm just going to have a quick look at who did well for me in the background. What's happening here? Is there a free? Oh, no. Throw in. Boundaries throw in at the edge of our 50. Attacking 50, that is. I haven't really noticed Jinby either. Throw in. Okay, who's done well for me? I had Sheasel, 120. Stewart, 85. He found his way into my team late. Caulfield, 44 is not great. I switched Zach Williams for D'Ambrosio last minute, and I was happy I did that because D'Ambrosio got 94. And I feel like Williams started well and then finished poorly. Kelly Underwood just called Petrocelli Edwards, really? I mean, in fairness, 2 fairly forgettable players if you're not an Eagles fan. Surely can't be a coincidence that every club that hasn't played or has looked up around. Every club. Sorry, Tom, I don't know if I'm just sleep deprived. I didn't understand the sentence. Oh, the teams that didn't play last week looked awful. Is that what you mean? Oh, geez, Bailey nearly kicked a great goal. My stream just died for a second there. That's all good. I've got Hoff in my fantasy. Interesting. I don't know how he'd go as a fantasy player. I suppose we'll find out. Because he's playing a bit more third tall, I thought. Maybe not, but... Okay, Port Adelaide streaming inside 50. Oh, geez, how did he get so much space easily on Cole? I suppose it is Horn Francis, but still. Heaney, Cherry, Riley, Bonner, and Sheasel. Nice. I had Bonner as well. What did he get? 102, yes. I got Bonner in. I was happy that Max Holmes got 99. I think that's fairly good for a 685 cost. Sanders got 68 and he was subbed out in the third quarter. Wow, it's not bad. Oh, and I had Bond, 90. Not great. As Horn Francis lines up to make it 25 points. He has succeeded. Okay. Flanders got 119. George Hewitt was the one I put into this team and I felt uneasy about it, and he got 69, so I'm going to swap him out next week. Fisher, 68 is not great. Sexton, 67, I think, as well, can do better. Mind you, in those conditions, I think it makes it tough for his type of player. Darcy Wilson, 63. Jai Clark only got 32. Is he sub or something? Kane's not looking forward to Port next week. That will be an interesting fixture, Port versus Richmond. Fisher to go for you. Yeah. He had like 36 touches in one of the preseason games. But, yeah, not a great start for him. So it's been a disappointing quarter. Not from effort, more just execution and falling into some old traps. Jinbi, Yo, Kelly is the midfield. Jamison in the ruck. Well done. Good tackle, Yo. Jamo gets excited, launches it inside 50. Tell you what, I haven't really even seen Allen. I feel like every time we've gone deep inside 50, which hasn't been for a while, it's been Waterman. Cripper, Gaff. Jeez. Oh, they didn't pay that a mark. That's probably one they could have paid, but I'm glad they didn't. Tristan Cherry. Oh, yeah, I so nearly went Cherry over Grundy, and I wish I had, and plus the opening round buys. Cherry's a good shout. I might get Cherry in. Okay. We've had 9 tackles inside 50 there too. To be fair, that is kind of a reflection of their defenders are also getting their hands on the footy, if that makes sense. This could be Sydney's year. Yeah, I have GWS and Sydney as my grand final. Well, that was at the start of the season. I have been impressed with Richmond, actually, I got to say. Considering I put them third last, I thought they were really good against Carlton, considering how many injuries they've got. Hold on. All right, Gaff. Yes, Jinbi. Edwards needs to be a good kick. It is not. It is a poor kick out in front of Darling. Well done. Okay, well done, Eagles. Getting some repeat injury. Oh, my God, Duggan. Seriously. Fuck. He hasn't been good today. I like Duggan as a player. I like him as I like him as a person, but that was terrible. I feel like he has a terrible kick. I love his effort, his work rate, his personality. One of the worst kicks we have, legit. But it's not like from a technical point of view. Like, he hits the ball well. It travels well through the air usually. Come on, Eagles. This has been a much better 5-minute patch, even though the kicks have been shit. The inside 50s haven't been great, but the intensity, the repeat efforts, they're there. Has there been 3 out in the full from Duggan? My God. That was frustrating. Because that was like our first non-pressured kick inside 50 for the game almost. Not quite, but certainly for the quarter. And, it went further left than it did forward. I'd love some scoreboard pressure to show from this. Petrocelli flies, almost breaks his wrist with that limp-wristed mark, attempted mark. What the hell was that? Oh, jeez. Port Adelaide going inside 50. Me and my dad used to laugh when we played tennis about sometimes like you'd load up for a big hit and then we used to call them limp-wristed shot. Oh, I can't remember what we called them, something like that. And there's like hits with a tennis racket where it almost like breaks your wrist, but it's so pathetic. That was what Petricelli just did trying to mark the ball. Just like bends his hands back. Oh, my dad would like that. Well done, Barras. I think you guys are ahead of me. Something's happened to Jinby. I don't know. Or he did something bad. It hasn't happened on the screen yet. Gee, Porter 6 goals, 9. Didn't realise that. God, the chat's going off, and I can't see why. I'm still behind you. It's ball by Jinby. I'm guessing he does something bad. Okay, good. How far ahead of you are you? Like, I haven't seen Jinby do anything. Maybe it already happened and I missed it. My screen went green for a bit. If you watch K, you know what I mean, but it just like pixelated. So I'm 7:43. Let me know if that's way behind you. I suppose with the delay, it's going to 2 minutes behind. Fuck, really? I'm trying to be best. It was after Yo took that mark. God, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, thanks to Blues. We'll see. Same time as me. Okay, thanks. Okay, it looks like I'm about 17 seconds behind some of you. So some of you are a bit ahead of others. That's cool. I can live with that. I obviously just missed the turnover. The screen just completely went green for a minute. Jesse, I'm on the third quarter. Sick, man. Hope we win. Soldo. In lining up for goal. Yeah, you feel like the score could get to a point where it is a bad reflection on the fact that we are playing okay. That being said, we are being well beaten. And had some frustrating moments, but that's okay. Eagles undefeated. Thanks, Darth Jar Jar. How's Harley playing? Harley had a really good first quarter. I actually don't know how many times he's touched the ball in the second quarter. Soldo kick to goal. Nice. First goal for the club. And this score is getting a little gross. That's all right. I don't feel too deflated. I feel a little bit frustrated. But I don't feel like, oh shit, here we go. How have I seen Port? I think, they're a good team. And there's nothing in this game to suggest otherwise, really. I think we've done some good things. We've created pressure, kept the ball, forward 50 in the first quarter anyway, with tackles inside 50. Our pressure's been good. We didn't make it easy for them, but they are looking like a strong side. So nothing learned either way about Port so far, but they'll be happy with the scoreline, you think? Pies versus Eagles looking pretty even now. Yeah, that's right. With just on Hewitt, I think he's like still just building fitness. Now, my understanding is he's not like injured still. He just hasn't run all summer, or barely this summer. So here we go. Jinby, Cripps, nice. We need this. This is the Eagles of last year, unable to stop an oppo scoring consecutive goals. A little bit. I still think we're a long ways off. It really depends how long that period goes for, right? I can live with it as it currently stands because we're lining up for another one here. Come on, Cripps. It's kind of a big kick. And unsurprisingly, he nails the goal. Ruben made up for it. Yeah, I didn't even see that turnover. So, no stress. Good to get one. It'd be nice to get the next one. Eagles won't be a decent team again until 27 to 30. Depends what you mean by decent. Yeah, I'd be surprised. I think, I wouldn't say finals before 2027. So by that logic, yeah, probably agree. And that's okay. It'll be a long year time out of finals. If we don't make finals this year, it'll be the longest streak outside of finals with 4. You're right, Michael. I know. I've got a problem. Oh dear, Port stream out of the 50 and the Eagles have a problem. No, McGovern intercepts. Poor kick from Horn Francis. Here we go. That's a good kick from Gov. Unfortunately, it was to Brockman, who is about a foot shorter than his opponent. But it was a good kick. Rosie's jumped up to 17 disposals. Harley's still a name. Yeah, and Harley's there now. And I haven't really seen him on the field too much, Harley. Gets a tackle there. I've got Rosie in my team too. G'day, CJ Coast. There he is. That answers your question, Tanzafai. Cole inside 50. It's a shallow inside 50. Long. Far out KO. I swear, it just goes green every time something interesting happens. It's almost like I'm watching some sort of free version where they know. Which I'm not. Harley's playing deep forward, is he? I didn't notice that. No wonder he's not getting the ball. Technically, no, Kane. To be fair, though, the coverage of this, like the stream itself, has been pretty crisp, which I don't normally get with KO overseas. Was in the middle last centre bounce. Yeah, that's true. 3 minutes remaining in this half. I really just don't want to concede another one, but it feels inevitable with Port having 3 players streaming. Dan Houston, dangerous from this range. Looks like it's going to swing through for a point. Oh, yeah. Yeah, KO's done me with that before, that's for sure. Okay, 2 minutes 45. Bailey on centre wing. Be nice to get one more. Oscar, haven't seen much of him today. Good kick. Good field kick over the top to Cripps. And he finds Petch. Well done. Good mark. Tough shot. Social distancing. Oof, copped a whack in the mush there, Petch. Come on, Petch. Nice. Nice. Well done, Petch. That's a good set shot. I didn't think he would kick that. So, very respectable scoreline so far, considering that bad patch I think we had in that quarter. I think I'm okay with this margin at the moment. I really would hate to concede one more. And equally, kicking one, strangely, almost gives us a sniff. Jose wants to leave Bolter forward. Bolter was unreal the other day. It's kind of like he's become a very good player. He was really good the other night. Arresto momentum. I watched Prisoner of Azkaban last night as I was trying to fall asleep. Tell you what, werewolf scene, that freaked me out as a kid. It wasn't that scary now as a 30-year-old. Pull it inside 50. Oh, who is that? Screen's gone blurry right at the exciting part, naturally. Was it Butters? Oh, far out, okay. As soon as I talked it up, it goes to shit. How's the weather? A bit of a heat wave at the moment in the UK. A searing, scorching 11 degrees. Nah, it's a little bit chilly. It's kind of like, it's still kind of like Australian winter right now. Poor goal. That's annoying. Oh, well. Yeah, that werewolf scene was scary. I can't remember if there actually is a jump scare, even though I only watched it last night, but it feels like there's going to be a jump scare coming. That's the scary part. The werewolf itself didn't freak me out. Mitch Dawson says, my brother, I'm going to unleash at these coaching decisions. Which coaching decisions specifically, Mitch? Power of the afro. Yeah, that's true, Darth. I mean, as frustrating as that goal was, like Butters, I presume it was Butters because my screen went blurry. But that run through the middle of the ground is hard to defend against. It would have been nice to have put more pressure on, but yeah, gun player, so hard. That's true. Yeah, Snape was a great character. Yeah, I'll take your point about Reed, Mitch. I think it's just a case of managing his minutes and not burning him out by halftime. Oof. So we conceded one late one that I didn't want to. There's 39 seconds. It would suck to concede a second. Did West Coast get their old song back? That's a really good question. The answer is no. It seems weird now that the season started to change it. So I don't know what the plan is there. Oh, long into Chesser. Jimby. Butters. Oh, thank God. Poor free kick. Lame. What do we get down? We got margin down to 19. It's probably going to be 5 goals again now. Kingsley Shacklebolt. What's wrong with Kingsley Shacklebolt? I get your point about Lupin. Yeah, some of the names were very derivative, but I still like it. Jamison, Hoff yet to keep their first AFL goals, yeah. Tom Cole took I don't know how many games, but a long time into his career to kick his first. On the siren, Junior. Oh my God, I didn't get that. I did not get that Shacklebolt joke. That never even crossed my mind. Jeez. All right. So that is half time. Tough. Frustrating, but I think I'm more uneasy about how bad it could get rather than how bad it's been, to be honest. All things considered, what do I tip us to lose by like 60? And I think we're playing a fairly good team on their home deck, and we've been punished for poor lapses. But I don't think it's, I wouldn't say we've been really poor or anything like that. We just had a bad period there, and Port are good enough to put that scoreboard pressure on. To be honest, they've missed a few as well, for sure. But I'm not happy, but I'm okay with where that half, the scoreline. I do get a little bit nervous about the second half. I'm not going to lie. Juddy Sports says Eagles conceding red time. That is exactly that has been a thing we've always been bad at, regardless of era. Barras was in our top 3. Yeah, I mean, I thought Barras struggled a little bit. I do think Dixon is an exceptionally hard key forward to really beat at his own game, though. Like contested marks, and that's not really Barras's. He's not like a stopper in that sense. So I'm not really surprised. A few people saying Gaff 3 disposals. It might not be enough to keep his spot. Gee, we could use a half decent wingman, I tell you. Our wing is a Gaff and I got Edward Hunt, but Gaff and Edwards on the other wing. Gee. How's Hunt gone? Actually, I'm looking for Luke Edwards. Where is he? 6 touches. Brockman just the 4. Long. Gee, yeah, Long's had more of the ball than Gaff. That's crazy. Really glad I didn't go with Witherden in fantasy. My God. Take Gaff off for Chester at halftime, says Michael. Yeah, I was just thinking who would be the sub. Probably sub Harley Reid. Surely not. Surely not Harley Reid. I'd like to keep them under 70 points. Yeah, I presume you mean the margin, not their total score. Yeah, if this score gets to 70 or 60, I still feel like it would probably reflect harshly on us. I don't think we've been 12 goals worse than them, and yet they are 5 goals ahead. But we were just 19 points down before. So you take out those 2 late goals, and this is still not one-sided. Like it's still a decent game. Harley Reid shit Dustin Martin. What? Isn't every player a shit Dustin Martin, to be fair? I can't show the game, unfortunately, Christopher. Under 40 is a win, I would say. Yeah, I wouldn't say win, but I agree with your point. Yeah. Yeah, Jaden, I could see those goals coming, to be honest. I thought it was a good quarter from Port, to be fair. We've rotated our mid-composition so many times, trying things out. I don't know if it's fitness. I think it's just that we're midfield is weak and we are trying new things. And we need, we got like 3 or 4 legitimate on-ballers in there. Kelly, Yo, Jinby. They're pretty much the only ones that are predominantly midfielders. Like Reed is going to be a bit part player there. Edwards will find himself at a few. Trying to even find Duggan's been in there. It's more of a product of the list with Sheet out. So I'm not surprised it's played out like that. I'd love to be able to see some centre bounce attendances, but I can't on this app. Jody says, "Yeah, I don't know how people are having a go. Yeah, surely not. I don't understand that." Leo King, a couple of members of the channel, Max Hansen and Leo King. Duggo was disappointing. I agree, Leo. A few out in the falls. One that comes to mind when we were going inside 50. Frustrating. I think changing the coach would have had the same outcome. Yeah, I agree, Max. I don't think any coach could have come in and mitigated us finishing last. Long term, anyway, I don't think that would have helped. Agreed, Michael. I think we've been okay. Yeah, that's good, Darcy. Me too. I think it's okay. Shouldn't it be mostly Reed, Kelly, and Jinby? So the thing is, Jinby's 19 and Reed's 18 playing on debut. So I think they would really struggle playing serious midfield minutes consistently. Jinby's getting much closer to that point where he can spend more time on ball. But I don't actually feel like I've seen him in that many centre bounces. I could be wrong. Oh, is that right, Mitch? So 4 free kicks against, basically. People flogs on Twitter saying Harley's bad. I think this is always going to happen, considering, like, if they're saying it when he's actually playing all right, like, what? He had an 8 disposal first quarter and then, like, was sort of parked in other parts of the ground. You can literally never win. Happy about forward line efficiency. That's true. Our forward line efficiency has always been kind of a strength, but Oscar has really not had too much to do with it, eh? Those good handball chains from the Eagles. Agreed. That's a good summary. Kicking inside 50 hasn't been great either, for the most part. Yeah, the West Australian has been ridiculous, and they know it as well. They are shameless. Did you see that? I think it was 2 days ago when Longmuir got an extension, and it said, "Yeah, nice one, Longmuir, but still not enough to get Harley Reid off the back page." Like the actual West Australian said that. Marek would have been handy, his field kick. Yeah, true. I don't mind. I thought Marek could still develop in the waffle this week. Like, he still needs a little time, I think, to get better contested 1-on-1. He was pretty quiet against Adelaide. Is that right, Rogie? Well, look at you coming through with some much needed information. Yeah, he didn't spend a lot of time on the field in that quarter, it felt like. Yeah. I can't see time on ground. AFL app crashed for me, so. Where do you find that game time, Rogie? Are you just looking on the AFL app? 31 points down, not that bad. Could be better. Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to win the second half, but wouldn't we all? Yeah. Shane's like, Reid would be great in the women's comp. I do see the funny side. I think he's just trolling. Love your work, Shane. It's noted on Fan Footy. Thank you for clarifying. Game is way too fast for Gaff. Yeah, I am surprised to see that he has, made a poor start. I thought he was going to be better. And he still could, obviously. It's only halftime of the first game. But, yeah, not great. Not great. I'm on this website, DFS. Ah, you're right. I feel like DFS might be some weird sex thing that you're tricking me into Googling. Yeah, I'm on this great stats website called meatspin.com. Simpson could do the funniest thing and sub Harley Reid off. It did cross my mind. G'day, Kev's Magpies as well. How many of the current older players? It's a good question. I think Gaff, surely. But I think Yo could play on. I think Darling could play on. I'm not saying he definitely will, but Darling could. Probably needs a bit of a better year, but I think that's still possible. Mind you, I don't think he's really had so many chances today. I feel like every kick towards him has been at his feet. He's had to gather the ball at his shin. Calls it straight, play the game, do the job, and then go on TV and marketing. Interesting. I tell you what, if you're a shit Dusty Martin in your first game, that's pretty good. G'day, Samantha. Good to see you. Loving parts of the game so far, and others are hard to watch and frustrating. Agreed. Mostly positive. Well said. Watching with hubby on the couch. Love that. Shout out, Samantha, our most recent member. I think you summarized it well. Definitely some frustrating periods, like the first part of that second quarter. We couldn't stop the inside 50s, and we couldn't also get the ball out of our back half at all, which felt very familiar. But then we did get the momentum back, and then when we did get some opportunities, the kicks inside 50 were poor. Nonetheless, got it back to 19 points, only to concede 2 late goals. So it's a little bit of everything, but, you know. I think if you, if you're an Eagles fan and say had missed the first half and you look at the score, you'd be like, ugh. But I think we've been playing a little bit better than what you would otherwise think. I also think Port have been, well, they weren't clean for the first quarter and a half, and then it felt like they became quite, what's the word? I'm sorry, I'm sleep deprived. They were just taking their opportunities. Some good kicks. Gone are the days of Lecker and Shuey. I know, man. Great call. I think we do miss Shuey, actually. I know that he only played 10 games last year and 3 he was subbed out, but when he did play, I felt like he was best on ground a lot for us. Lewis York says lots of positives. I agree. Agreed. I feel like if this is our baseline, it's not too bad. Like, if you just compare it to any other rebuilding side, 5 goals down at halftime to Port. They could be 5 goals up at halftime against some good teams. So, not too bad. Shane is going hard on Harley Reid. What has he done to hurt you, bro? What's the most you ever had on a live, Jesse? It has to be 2020 grand final. Yeah, good memory. That was the most in terms of people over the course of the stream. I think it was like 350 at peak, but I've had some that got to 400, maybe even 450, but the stream itself didn't get as many views. I can't remember what that was. It might have been like the draft or something. Haven't the Bulldogs learned anything from their reviews? Same thing is happening. Nothing's changed. I haven't caught up on that game, Kev. What were your takeaways? Darcy asked about Kelly Underwood's performance. I'm not going to lie, because I've kind of got it turned down. I'm talking to the stream. I'm not really listening to the commentary too much, which sounds like it might be a good thing because there's been some comments. Imagine having JK. I know. Missed that guy. We need to stop letting Dixon get the ball. Yeah, easier said than done then, unfortunately. Because he is such a strong contested mark, it's really hard to seriously nullify a play that's just really good contested, particularly aerially. Sorry, guys, bear with me. I'm going to fill up my water bottle and I'm going to come back and reply to your comments. So let me know what you think. Also, like the stream if you don't mind. Helps me in the algorithm. Thank you. I tell you what, it's good to be back. It's good to have an Eagles game. It's good to be live streaming it with you. I'm feeling good. Ben Johnson says Underwood gets a lot of hate because of her work on 10, but to be fair, she's a lot better now. I've never really noticed her being too bad. I've seen the TikToks and the clips and the orange team thing. I think that's funny, but I kind of just want to let her play on, you know. Melbourne smashed them, Gorn killed it. I'm looking forward to catching up on that game. I'm also keen to see Freo Brisbane today. I think I'm just so starved for football. I'm like, yes, Freo's playing. Oh, I can get your comments on the screen here. I need that. Bevo is washed. Really? We'll see. I still think Melbourne could be a good team. So, I mean, I haven't seen the game yet. But tough opponent. Oh, was it really, Max? I haven't caught up with it. Mitch says the Dogs were disappointing, though. Oh, thanks, Mitch. Miss you too. I will be back for season 2025. I'll be in Perth sometime around Christmas, I think. How are we going to stop Charlie Dixon from kicking more goals? Well, I think all we can realistically do, I think Charlie Dixon's going to always be strong in the air. I think we just need to mitigate how easily the ball's coming in. You know, there was at least one mark, not all of them, but at least one mark where, you know, it was just a really good mark. In a contested situation, shallow inside 50, there wasn't a poor mark on Brass or the pressure up the field. He just took a really good mark. So those are things that are going to happen. But other than that, he has also been, you know, winning the one-on-ones and strong marking. And he's a good player. Past his best, for sure. But, you know, still good. Darth. Interesting Emperor. Yeah, hard to pick. I obviously rate Bailey Williams, but he did just have a whole preseason playing mostly forward. So I was thinking, you know, is that why he had a poor preseason game? And I wouldn't have been surprised for Soldo to beat him heavily in the hitouts. But as you say, he's been one of the best Eagles on the field. He is losing the hitouts, although I don't know how much that is being shared with Jamo. Jamo, I don't think, has been credited with a single hit. Oh, no, 3 hitouts. Who it is. Bailey Williams isn't necessarily one of those rucks who's just going to get heaps of taps. I think, you know, he's decent in these centre bounces around the ground. Where it's more of a wrestle than a leap, it'll be tougher. But also going to get a massive spray from the media. Yeah. I'm the same as you, Max. I've got all my tips right except Collingwood. And I assume we all took West Coast, yeah? Oscar and Barraster in the halftime huddle speech. Interesting. I didn't notice that. Come on, Eagles. Just keep up the effort. Feels good to be watching my Eagles live. I work in Med. There you go. And get a lot of local level footy coming through the door. Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, it's nice to have all the teams play. Get some questions answered. Who do we tip out of Fremantle and Brisbane? I have tipped the Lions. Sicily got a week? Huh. Dropped to 30. Ah, did he? Is that what happened? I didn't even notice that. It is super early for me, Darth. It is 6:30 a.m. at the moment. Got up at 4:25. Tipping's been fine. I wonder if you are beating me, Rogie. I got 1 last week, and I've got 1 wrong this week. Yoey. Ooh, Hunt. Didn't look like a good kick. Wins the ball back. Turned out okay. Brockman. Kent. Inside 50 now. Oh, nicely weighted kick, actually. Well done. Good mark to Oscar. Yeah, you're not wrong on Marshall. Good player. He does roam like a ABBA song. No, B-52. It's not ABBA. God. Alan. Never really hit that nicely, unfortunately. But that was, a decent play that led up to that. It was arguably the most convincing inside 50 we've had. Jeez, that was a great kick. That's really opened us up. That's tough. That's tough to defend. That's just good skill. Jeez. Okay, so in fairness, that was all just good play by Port Adelaide. Rosie. Well, bittersweet here because he's in my fantasy team. Actually, what's he on? As he lines up for goal, I'll have a look. Also, while he has a shot, I don't care if I see it. I'm gonna grab this snack called Snack and Chicken. All right. So it looks like he kicked a goal. So that unfortunately went end to end. But a series of good kicks and hard running from Port Adelaide. So that one pissed me off less. Do I think Port could compete with the likes of GWS and Sydney? I think they could definitely compete with them. I mean, ultimately, it's a long season, right? So even if maybe I think GWS pack a bit more of a punch, or if Sydney have shown a bit more, I mean, Port hasn't really had the same opportunities, right? Same opportunities to demonstrate so far that they are good. At the moment, they're just playing a rebuilding team. So I think they can compete with them, even if I have those teams ahead. Ooh. Port going down the spine with no pressure. Yeah. Again, I think really good kick, really well-weighted kick kind of just opened us up there in isolation. Oh, double touch there from Witho. Cripps. Hugging the boundary line, unfortunately. All right, boundary throw in just outside our forward 50. Hey, Harley gets a free. It's a good kick to the top of the square. It is a good kick. Alia, tallest man there, takes a strong mark. Well done. This is not nice. This snack and chicken. It's roast chicken flavored bites. It's literally called Snack and Chicken. I do think the name's hilarious. As Port go inside 50. Oh, how? How? How do you find two free players in Port's 450? I don't understand that. Oh, good. Another one. 3 uncontested marks. That's poor. We switched off there. A beer and salt and vinegar chips. I don't think I'm that brave at this hour. I already had a Cadbury cream egg for breakfast. As I think Willem Drew kicks a goal. That's annoying. So that was actually it at the a product of some poor play. Just switched off. It went from Reed putting it to the top of the goal square to just a lot of stagnant Eagles there. I don't understand how we had no one on all those Port players. You're wrong, Rogie. Salt and vinegar is sick. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Oh, nice one, Dean. Do you live there or just travelling? What time is it in Austria? I think it's pretty similar time to us, hey? Like maybe 1 hour difference, if I had to guess. Oh dear, Butter's out of the inside. What am I saying? Butter's out of the centre. Oh, behind. 1 hour ahead. Nice. Oh, good on you. Live there. Austria is a beautiful country. I've only been to oh my god, what was it called? Oh, it'll come to me. It's not one of the major cities. Hopfgarten. I knew it would come to me. Hopfgarten, I've been. All right. Pack forming. Petrocelli flies. Oh, just a little bit slow to get. That's annoying. Good tackle. Oh, that's a rare mistake from Port Adelaide. Duggan, again, just... His hands are made of cardboard, I swear. Oh, another rare mistake. To be fair, Port Adelaide's done a pretty good job of putting pressure on us after they've made a mistake. And we tend to fumble. Hey. So I think Jinby's only played one career goal. Kicked one career goal. And I think it was against Port. It was certainly at Adelaide Oval. It might not have been Port. It might have been Geelong. Gaff is lost here, probably. Jinby lining up. Didn't look good off the boot. And it was not. Wooden spoon this year, do you reckon, Ethan? Nah. Well, I mean, I'm not changing my prediction. I put it second last. It is certainly possible to win the spoon. But, nothing from this game makes me more or less confident, I think. Yeah. First goal was against Geelong. Thank you. I remember it. I can picture it in my head, but I just can't remember the opposition. It was certainly at this ground, though. Dixon. Good kick. Okay, hopefully we can put some pressure on this bloody inside 50. Okay, they just made a mistake there. Gov did well. Get their hands free. Witherden, not as clean, but we get out of trouble for now. Jesse on wooden spoon got him. It's a long season. You got 6 months of football. I think we will be a slow burn and then improve over time. That was a throw from Witho. I didn't see it, but I'd noticed the fumble. Who do you think the first win will come against? That's a great question. I really do think we have a tough fixture. I think round 5 against Richmond's the most winnable, but at the same time, the way Richmond started this year, I'm not really going to bet on that. Petricelli. Missed. I'll update the score shortly. You won't be as bad as last year, no doubt, but I struggle to see who would be worse. First of all, sometimes that just happens unexpectedly, right? But what I will say is that, sometimes it's not even just about who's the worst team, but how many wins you can jag. Last year we nearly avoided the wooden spoon because we jagged a late win against the Bulldogs, and then North Melbourne jagged, if you want to call it jag. They beat Gold Coast in the final round. So my logic for putting North lower than us is not. I didn't really think of them as worse than us. It was more thinking that they might struggle over the course of a season when they're going into it with a depleted backline and such a young list. They have started the season well, North. But I did kind of always think they might start the season well. Richmond's a coin toss. I think if we played Richmond, the Richmond that played Carlton, we'd be in strife, I reckon. Oh, come on, guys. Yeah, I see what you mean, Darcy. The senior players are better than ours, but talent-wise, we've had a couple of good drafts now. Even I would say 3 decent drafts. Would you rather win the spoon and win both derbies, or lose both derbies and finish above 18th? I'd rather win the derbies. I don't. That'd be so funny. They're a different side with Nank and Lynch. Yeah, true. And Bolter was bloody good, wasn't he? Richmond should have won this week. Yeah, they probably should have. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play them on current form, but you never know. Like in 4 weeks, the form lines could be different. 78 plays 36 is the score. I'll get it up on screen. The game's sort of slowed down. Certainly the scoring has a few behinds either way. Oh, geez. Port's pressure's been good. Oh, my God, Witherden. What the hell? You're in the side for your kicking. You can't do that. That wasn't even close to an eagle. Like, there was I don't even know who he was aiming at. Legit. No, and he didn't even miss kick it. It was like a perfect drop punt, just straight to Aliria. Come on. Chess is on the field, so somebody is off. That's a really good tackle. Gaff subbed off. There you go. I think that is the right decision. Oh, Noah Long just a little bit wide with that hand pass. Good to see Chess get an opportunity. On a free kick. Beautiful. Yeah, I'd probably have gone Jermaine Jones preferably than Witho, but Jermaine Jones had a bit of an interrupted preseason. And I don't think Witho should be I'm not a hater, but I don't think he should be the automatic selection that he seems to have become. Oh, yo. Handball so smooth it Just confused himself. Chester's had a rough start to his career. Yeah, he's had some bad luck, for sure. I just like to see him out there getting his hands on the footy, building some confidence. He's a power athlete, so if he can win more of the footy and kick better, that'd be great. Rosie inside 50. That's the first Barras spoil that I remember happening. I'm not going to lie. Dar says we should have taken Matty Johnson instead of Chess. I mean, I did say it at the time. I wanted Hobbs or Chesser or Sin, my preference. Hobbs or Johnson. Here we go. Jack Darling, is that his first goal? Nice play. It'd be really nice if we can just get a few goals in a row here and just make everyone think about it. This isn't too bad. Well done, Reed. Oh, he dropped the mark. Damn. He actually had nothing to do with that play. He just dropped it. That's all right. Yeah, well, he is a good mark, though. You're right. Just a shout out to my Eagles channel, guys, by the way. If anyone's unaware, I'm going to be making Eagles content on the Eagles channel. It is pinned to this chat. So I will do a review of this game after, once the dust settles a little bit. But I think I'm always going to be doing live streams on True Footy. Just for clarity. Jinby affects the clearance with a bit of pressure. Jinby wins it back. Bit of a scrambled kick. Darling wins the ball, tackled by 2 immediately. Bailey. So we're starting to get our hands on the footy. Brockman. Good chase down. Oh, well, he's done well. I tell you what, that was... that would have been so sexy had he kicked that. He's bellied it there. I'm way behind, people are telling me. Yeah, there's not much I can do about that. I'm as caught up as I can on KO. Chesser. Brockman. Duggan, oh no. Well done. Good goal. Captain's goal. Beautiful. Happy with that. He kind of needed a bit of a settler, Duggan. I think it's been a bit of a dirty day in some respects. Well played, Eagles, as well. Let's also acknowledge the fact that this is typically where we drop off. And we've kicked 2 goals in a row. And there's still plenty of time left in this game for us to drop off. But, I think we kind of been accustomed to this being the point where scores blow out. So to wear us back a bit of momentum's good. Duggan or no. Yeah, it shows where my trust's at the moment. And we're winning the quarter by a point, I think. So let's finish strongly, boys. Well done. I did also notice Jinby had about 3 points of impact in the last little bit as well. Chesser, nice. Up and under kick, not great, but nice to see him impact. Yes. Come on, boys. Yes, momentum. This is what it feels like. Come on, Oscar. Nice to see Chester run onto a loose ball with a bit of burst speed. It was good. His kicking is very up and under, generally speaking. Needs to get a little bit tighter with it. Rogie says West Coast come back. Come on, Oscar. Has he missed that? Fuck, he has. He did not hit that well. He should have kicked that. It would have been nice to have back-to-back goals from our captains, but bit of a quiet day from Alan, that's for sure. Yeah, that was not great. He's looking a little rusty, Oscar. Didn't play in the second preseason game. Did he play in the first? I think he did. He's just held out of the second one. Oh, Bailey. What happened there? I mean, eyes for the ball, I think, but shit, I hope he's all right, McEntee. Hopefully just winded. It looks like that looks like it could be a head injury though. Don't know if he hit his head with Bailey, and I don't think he hit it on the ground. I actually couldn't tell. Maybe he did hit his head on the ground. Hopefully he's all right. Oh, he had gastro, of course. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's all right. I think Bailey was just going for the ball there. So I can't imagine. It depends. Did he hit McEntee in the head? I don't think he did. I thought McEntee hit his head on the ground. Unlucky as all, yeah. Yeah, he's not well, unfortunately. William, 7 weeks. Hopefully he's all right. Jinby to the edge of the 50. No one flies for it. Everyone seemed to be held out of that. Williams' elbow hit him in there. Did it? I didn't see that. Forgive me. I'm sure if it was obvious, maybe I'm just sleep deprived still. Come on, Eagles. Oh, lucky there. Lucky that the kick was a little bit too hot inside 50. That was not a product of good defense. Oh, that was bad. And then Reed wins it back. Well done. Well done, Harley. And then he pushes someone over. I love that. Harley's going to be a target, but at the same time, he's also a tough man to take on, even as an 18-year-old. Like we saw Laird do that. Yeah, Harley put on him his hole. Let's watch the replay. Is that Todd Marshall as well? He's strong, eh? Harley. Oh, McGovern. Crunches butters. What happened there? Was that high? What's happening here? Oh, McGovern got a free. I thought it was a hard bump or something. I was like, oh dear. My eyes are clearly failing me today. Forgive me. How did we get the free kick there? I don't know what happened there. Yeah, well said, Rogie. Like I said, he's not the sort of guy you can just bully. It's not like you can just tag him and bump him and piss him off because he will just put you on your hole. High tackle on Gov after. I see. McGovern 7 weeks. Come on, Eagles. Three minutes remaining. Michael says should have been played on. I didn't see any infringement. I don't know how we got a free kick there, unless it happened after, like DC says. GD1 Adam. Do, 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 do. Oh, up and under kick. Not great from Cole. Matthew Lobe, Port assistant coach. He played for Port, didn't he? Lobe, before Carlton. Am I right in thinking that? Or after Carlton? I don't know. Mackenzie doesn't look good. Yeah. It sucks. Just cringing at the thought of us playing without Bailey Williams and Matthew Flynn. Hypothetically. Behind to Port Adelaide. Yeah, I hear you. You get some random assistant coaches. Like one of our development coaches is Jacob Brennan. Super random. He's still around. Been there for years now, I think. And if you don't remember who that is my point. And we didn't give me something. Chesser. Finding his hands on the footy, like somebody said, he's had more impact than Gaff already. Monkey Brennan? Yeah. Monkey Brennan is in Michael Brennan. Father son. He played like 60 games for us, Darthy. Is that who Monkey Brennan is, Michael Brennan? Just got back. How's the game going? Last day these were going well in Q1. Yeah, so Port kind of put us to the sword a little bit in the second quarter. And then in the third quarter, we seem to be having the legs at the moment. While we haven't been super clean, and they have also missed a few chances, we're okay. So 5 goals down is not so bad. Although Rioli's lining up for goal now. Monkey Brennan is Michael Brennan. I thought so, yes. Yeah, Jacob Brennan was taken, I reckon, pick 62, 2010 draft as our first legitimate father-son selection. I mean, Cuz is technically father-son and maybe a few others, but Brian Cousins obviously didn't play for West Coast, whereas Michael Brennan's son did. Sorry, Michael Brennan did. With the post, just missed. Beautiful. Jacob was actually okay for us, but eventually got delisted. I couldn't even tell you when he got delisted, to be honest. That's where I'm getting blurry. Like maybe 2013. But, at his best, he was, I want to say, if I had to guess, I reckon he'd be in and out of the team in that 2011 team that made the prelim. Really fast, super fast, very different to his dad. Oh, great stuff, Brockman. Got pinged for pushing the back, but to be honest, that's almost better. I thought that was holding the ball too, but I need to see a replay. Jared Brennan. Oh, no, Jacob Brennan, yeah. Far more obscure, but likable. Jeremy Laidler is the GWS 2's coach. Show us the replay. See if that was a push. Honestly, to be fair, in real time, it did look a little bit like a push from the angle. I thought that was a push in the back, to be honest. It's hard to tell, though, from that angle. Oh, Marshall on the siren. Really hope he doesn't kick this. A pretty good kick, but it's out to the left. What happened to Charlie Cameron's little brother? Yeah, he did. Jared Cameron is a talent. So what is the actual timeline on that? Basically, he walked away from footy and said he lost the passion for it. But through a friend of a friend, I heard that Jared was always going to leave West Coast to join Brisbane after 4 years. That was his plan, to go play with Charlie. As it happened, he had a great start to his career. I think he had some injuries and then lost interest. as happens, when you go from 18 to 22, your life changes. He barely touched him, let alone pushed him, I suppose. But if he just nudged him enough to affect the kick, I think it probably could be considered a push. I mean, he certainly didn't tackle him. At least we didn't get blown away. I agree. There is still time. AFL app says Gaff is injured. Okay, that is the first I'm hearing. The AFL app, from memory, can be a little weird with saying injured or not injured. A bit inconsistent. Who would you come in for Witherden if he didn't play next week? Jermaine Jones pops immediately into my head. Bergier was pretty good in the waffle. Jones was only okay. I don't know if we'd go with another kid, another debutant in Bergier. Trying to think who else. I probably wouldn't be rushing to get Rotherham back in. Rotherham played limited minutes, I think. Thank fuck Port Adelaide. Yep, agreed. If they were really accurate, this scoreline would be having a different conversation. Yeah, I didn't think Gaff got injured. If you want to leave your team straight away, you're already in the wrong mindset. Yeah, I think he came through West Coast as the academy, through the academy system. So that was his pathway into the AFL, and I think his intention was to always play footy with his brother. Geordie Baker's not a bad shout. I don't know how he went in the waffle game. There was a write-up on Big Footy from Little Fires. Shout out. And I just can't remember what was said about Jordan Baker. But Bergier was described as pretty good. So he was mistakenly credited with 4 goals, which is funny. That makes me laugh. But he didn't kick 4. How long does Bevo survive? It's a big year. It's a big year for him. 1 game in. I think I said he'd survive. I'm not going to change my mind because I lost to Melbourne. I think they'll be okay. But did they not pick McRae and Caleb Daniel? Am I right in thinking that? I might actually just take a leak, actually, guys, because it's 3/4 time. I'll be back. I haven't had a leak yet. JJ was emergency, I think. Yeah, he played waffle. I forget who the non-playing emergency was. Not sure. I'm going to take a leak. Oh, there we go. 1/4 to go. Caleb was sub. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, as the commentators are now describing, we did have a crack in that quarter. That's really what we need to be measuring on for round 1, I think. By the way, guys, can you see that? 26,999. I think I just also flashed you my revenue. Sorry. Well, not sorry. I don't really care. 26,999 subscribers. So if there's somebody watching who hasn't subscribed, this would be a great time. You could be the 27,000th. I found it interesting that certain airlines have AFL streaming services. That's amazing. I didn't know that. I've got a flight to America soon. So that would be unreal. I have the Eagles 17th, TK Rosset, and I am unwilling to change it based on 3/4 of football. Yeah, I think we'll win enough games to avoid the spoon somehow. One quarter to go, Eagles. Give me something to cheer about. Thank you. Thanks for those saying congrats. It still hasn't ticked over technically, though. So I need someone to subscribe. But yeah, cheers. Who do they finish above? I said North in my prediction. So I feel inclined to stick to that. Harley Reid inside 50. When you do a ladder prediction, it's a very theoretical thing. And I think theoretically I made an okay case for that happening. But, North, I'm not married to them winning the wooden spoon. Butters burning us on the rebound. But, I mean, if we finish with 6 wins, we'll definitely avoid the spoon. And then it's just somebody will have less. Statistically, it's going to happen. Oh, Port. Oh, completely free player. Willem Drew lines up for a second. Annoying. Hawks could finish bottom. Maybe. I think if their injuries continue to pile up, that's usually a big factor with these things. They're not last on the live ladder. That could change. Christopher says Gaff and Darling dropped next week. I would keep Darling. Gaff could probably get dropped, to be honest. Where are our players? That's a great question. It's like the third time that's happened. With that one, I think they were just mobbed to the ball. But in previous occasions, it has been a case of like, how the hell are there 3 free Port forwards with no Eagles defender? No injuries that I'm aware of, Robert. There was a little bit of a suggestion maybe Gaff went off with an injury. Harley Reid, nicely done. I don't think that is true, though. So clean bill of health so far. Fingers crossed. Cripps reacts quickly. Great play. That is almost the cleanest play we've had all day. I reckon that might be the best passage we've seen. Well played. Big kick for Petch here. Keeping with it and dropping Darling is interesting. I would probably keep Darling for structure. I don't think Darling's had good delivery inside 50, to be honest. So I'm not marking him too harshly. I don't remember anyone kicking in his direction. He missed since the first quarter, and it was always at his shins. He's not particularly strong at ground level to begin with, and he's 31. So Within maybe, but I kind of also want to make some limited changes. We kind of need some stability. Unless somebody's banging home the door in the waffle for Witherden spot, I'd probably be inclined to keep him. It's not like Jermaine Jones was BOG. If he were, that's annoying. Poor go end-to-end. North look good against a flag contender. That's true. I think, I don't want to talk North down when they're playing well. So, yeah, I don't want to. They're playing well. But given that the ladder protection question comes up a fair bit, I keep finding myself doing it. I think with them, it's just a case of how well do they sustain their best form. Horn Francis jails it. Annoying. So last year they looked shit hot in the first 2 rounds, like when they beat Fremantle and us, and actually played well doing it. I was impressed, but then it dropped away, like 20-game losing streak. Let's not forget that. Backlines has been pathetic. Yeah, I'd agree that actually hasn't been good today. I think Gov's done some good things. Barras has probably been beaten by his man. I feel like Dixon and Marshall have been big factors. And there's been clear cases where it's been like, bro, where are our players? So I think that is a fair criticism. I think the midfield has done well. Harley, oh baby. Harley and Chesser are getting a bit of a future here. Boom, Noah Long. The next generation of Eagles combined here. Hopefully we can score. That was nice. I think Chesser's already taken Gaff's spot. Quiet game from Noah Long. Typical game where he's had 6 touches, but I feel like he's been good. And that is a tough kick, unfortunately. Thanks, TK. I appreciate you. And for the record, I do like North. I like their fans. They give me grief, but there's some good ones out there. It's playful grief, and naturally they back their team in. I back my team in. But, I'm happy for them if they have a good season. Legit. Oh, dear. Port. Out of the shot. I feel like he's shanked that. He has. The kicking has been woeful. You're right. I do feel like if Port were more decisive with their shots, we'd be having a different conversation about the flow of this game. Well done, Noah. No one can't be of age. Well done. Yo, inside 50. Come on. Let's get a score on the board, Eagles. What happened there? Alan lost his feet. Bit of cramp, I think, from Asava. It's always a good sign when they start stretching. They don't do that for a hamstring strain, but they'll stretch out a cramp. So from a fantasy point of view, really no Eagles factoring in. Jinby's been a little quiet. Oh my God. So our best 3 midfielders in Jinby, Yo, and Kelly. No one's had more than 13 touches. I don't think Kelly or Yo have been bad. Well done, Chesser. Well done. Get in, son. Well done, Eagles. Petrocelli has had a lot of the ball. Maybe not actually in disposals, but like, how many times has he been on the end of a pass? Oh, he's kicked 3. Oh, he kicks this. I shouldn't be looking at the stats because the stats are ahead of the thing, but he's kicked 3 goals too. Well done. Chesser is already miles ahead of Gaff, says Luke. I agree. I think that's fair. And I'm really happy to see Chesser play well in this game. Come on, Petch. I got rinsed for saying Petrocelli is our breakout star in every AFL club's breakout star. And to be fair, breakout star is a bit much for Petch. Like, I was trying to say that he'd have a good year. And he did not belong in that video. But I am a supporter of Petch. I think he is okay. I think he is decent. And good to see him. He's kicked 3 goals too. Yeah. I mean, in fairness, Chess is coming in with fresh legs, but still, he's been good. Okay, McEntee concussed. It's funny. I said in my preview for this game, I was like, I have the score 89-67 in my head. That is almost certainly not going to be the case, but similar to what the score is now. Well done. I wonder how Port fans are feeling. I don't know if there's any in the chat at the moment. Probably doing their own streams. Oh dear. Great goal. A couple of Sack Hinkley comments. I'm guessing is that a Port fan, Viper? I don't think they should be too disgraced. Like, it's not the most polished Port performance, but they've generally been better, and I think we've been okay. I see you, Rogie, doing your modding. Thanks, mate. I haven't been able to catch the game, but the scoreline looks better than I was expecting. Yeah. It still could blow out. It won't take much for, like, Port to get a few goals in a row, and then the score looks worse. But we've been okay. We've been okay. You're a Port supporter, Viper. I'm guessing you're not happy with this performance. I think it's about right. This scoreline. 13 goals, 17. Both teams have missed a few, but I think Port have been okay without going into top gear. And it is only round one. Not everyone needs to get to top gear. Petch being thrown on ball. Yeah, true. Have a sneaky look at the inside 50s. Kelly been awful. I thought he had a good first quarter, but he has not featured in this game since. We haven't had a lot of midfield contributors, and yet we're still playing okay. Interesting. Well done, Hoff. Don't pay that ball. Good. Bergman behind. Uncontested ball, we're getting beaten. Contested possessions, we're matching them. Just slightly behind. Marks inside 50, getting well beaten. Tackles inside 50. So 36 inside 50s. Hopefully we can just keep going with that, because 36 is still not amazing. Hopefully we can bump that up to the mid-40s. Can we get 9 inside 50s in half a quarter? Probably not. Midfielders changed about 8 times. Fair point. I did foresee that a little bit in the preview. It's like we've got... they playing the goal? Yeah, I did see that. We've got like 3 or 4 recognised midfielders and then a bunch of ragtag misfits. They're calling it back. It'd be interesting to see centre of bounce attendance breakdowns for this game. They usually get posted on Big Footy. Yeah, Port's a bit stiff to have to take that kick back. They did nothing wrong. That should have been... Oh, dear. Charlie's played on and missed. What the hell was he thinking? That was more embarrassing than Charlie Curno's the other night. Curno's was worse because it was in a close game. What the hell was Charlie Curnow thinking? That was one of the biggest howlers of the round. But Charlie Dixon then, I don't know what the hell that was. I agree, Jacob. I don't really understand how Gaff's fallen off so badly either. Just updating the score. 11 minutes remaining, 40 points the margin. Nick Rewalt 2010 moment. Yeah. I mean, this happened in a way that didn't matter for Dixon. It was never the same after Brayshaw. I do think that 2018 was his best season, and that was his last game in 2018. From memory, though, like his comeback game in 2019, didn't he get like 37 touches? So I think there's no doubt 2018 was his best season in terms of impact, but it took him a while to fully decline. I mean, you play in a worse midfield, you're going to get worse as an outside player, but he has fallen off really badly. Reed's been good, Mazza. 8 touches in the first quarter, I think, has been restricted a little bit with time on ground and time at the centre, but he has had a number of good contributions. He has now got 15 touches. Jamo, sloppy from Jamo there. Giving away a free kick. Feeling your pain today, Stockstone. I'm not feeling too bad about this. I think there's this constant tension of like, oh, don't concede like 5 quick goals here and make people think we got slaughtered. We have been well beaten, but 13 goals, 20. Do you feel like we're catching up, Viper? I don't feel like we're catching up. I feel like the margin's getting bigger. A few misses in front of goal from Port. I'm still a little uneasy about these last 10 minutes, but hopefully we can get a goal or 4. Well done, Long. Gross. I said well done, Long, and it was not. Anyone watching the graveyard game tonight? Well, did Reed do something then? I think Freo Brisbane could be a good game, to be honest. I don't see a belting either way. I think it'd be tight. I would love them to lose by more than us, though. It'd be nice to finish the round higher than Freo, but I don't know if that's likely. Are we last on the live ladder now? I think we must be. Yeah, we would be. Where do you rank Port and Eagles on the ladder? That's a good question. So different to ladder prediction, if I was doing a power rankings, I think West Coast would be 18th on power rankings. That's fair. Mind you, we finished the season all right last year. North won a game late. We won a couple of games late. We did beat them. It's close enough to 18th if we were going to quibble over whether we're either North. It doesn't really mean anything. Goal for Port. As for Port Adelaide, how they finished the season poorly with a couple of straight set losses. That being said, they'd still be in the top 4 or 5, I would have thought. Top 6. You'd still go Collingwood, Carlton, Brisbane, Sydney, GWS. Wouldn't be surprised if Brisbane win by a lot. Maybe. Remember the hacker in the chat? Yeah, that's right. Good memory. That was back. I know who it was. That was a fun stream. I made everyone a mod. And then I had to delete all mods, I think, and rebuild. Really sure that they're trying to rebuild struggling the Eagles are quite. Yeah. I mean, I said they were 17th or 18th, right? So probably 18th on power rankings, but line ball. Golden ball. Tributes to our fallen mods. You make a good question about why it's a yellow football. I don't know why it would be a yellow football. Maybe because it ends in the dark, but it's not going to be dark in 8 minutes. Like for twilight games, they use a yellow footy, but is there actually anything stopping them having like a red Sharon for the first half and switching it out to a yellow in the second half? There's got to be no real reason against that, right? Come on, guys. Don't let this blow out. Rioli kicks a good goal. Oh, he's missed. Fuck. Such an entertaining stream. How the heck would you? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I dealt with that bloke a little bit back in the day, and then more like 2019, I think. And then, yeah, he came back out of nowhere. He's well known, trust me. Sort of known. Gone to sleep a little bit. Games after 3 p.m. Did this game start after 3 p.m.? I thought it started at like 2:30 Adelaide time. Or is it daylight savings or something at the moment? Maybe it was 3:30. Fitness still needs work. We've run out of legs. Yes. Round one, though. Before it looked like Port that was tired. Does he do it to other AFL streamers or everyone? That specific thing, that was the first time I'd seen that. That being said, yeah, I'm not the only target he's had. Who has your Rising Star nomination? I think it might be Ollie Dempsey, to be honest. But I didn't watch Dersmore or McKercher closely enough. But I think Dempsey is my prediction. Don't get me wrong, though. I still think McKercher's probably going to... I actually think Sanders is going to win it. I think McKercher may be second. Has he done it to you as well? Okay, that's funny. 1 p.m. Perth time, yes, but I wasn't sure of the Adelaide time. That's the only relevant one, right? Like the local time of when they start. McKercher had a great game. Yeah. He's a great player. I love McKercher. I'm a little jealous we don't have him, but Reid looks good too, so no complaints. Jamison with an almost mark. 50 points the margin. We must be last on the live ladder. Rosie. Too good. 37 to 17 scoring shots. True. How many players do we have on the field? Good question. No real standouts other than that. Yeah. Darcy Wilson's good, 2 goals. But again, yeah, nothing too unreal. He's missed, thankfully. 14 goals, 24. To be fair, I think what could be taken out of this game is that Port Adelaide, it's purely inaccuracy. Some of their shots have been tough. It's not like they're missing absolute gimmies. They have well beaten us for sure, though. No doubt about that. But I wouldn't use it as a reason to argue against us playing well. I think we've been okay. If Reid had good game time, yeah, that's probably a fair call. I think Reid has been very carefully managed in this game, and that's okay. Because look, last year when we put way too much pressure on our youngsters last year. You don't want that to be the baseline. Jinby had to do so much heavy lifting in that team last year. How do you think the AFL structures the fixtures? That's a good question. By every round. I don't know. It doesn't feel realistic that there will be a second team coming straight after Tassie. GWS and Gold Coast were announced at the same time. I reckon they might go with 19 and have a rolling bye, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. It allows the players some rest. Might help get a better product. I agree with you. Reid is far bulkier than Jinby. Do you reckon? I think Jinby had to play a more in and under role than Reid is. Jinby was literally every set of bounce. He was there. Threw Jinby on the wing just to give his body a rest. Yeah. I think Jinby was meant to play a lot more back than he did last year, but because of the injuries, we couldn't. Seeing Horn Fraser's good. Yeah, that would suck. Footy Flames this quarter let me down. Yeah, I agree. But I think it was inevitable. I didn't really expect us to finish this game strongly. As Port put a bit more distance between us and them. They have officially doubled our score, but that's all right. Kind of. Nah, obviously wanted to stay a bit closer. But another game under the belts. Some young guys. And yeah, that's the biggest positive. I think we've been okay. Northern Eagles fans, it's only round one against two amazing sides and the young talent. Yeah, I agree. Well said, he. I did think, I just kind of wish we both teams got more of a chance to demonstrate the progress that they'd made. Yeah, I mean, North in particular held up really well, I think. I just want to get smashed in peas. GWS next week in Perth will be tough. And then who have you got round three? Oh, is it Sydney at Adelaide Hills? No, it's the Bulldogs, actually. Bulldogs at Marvel, which is probably the easiest game of the three, and yet still not easy, obviously. Well done. Good play there. I've enjoyed watching Reed today. Reed has been really good. Yeah. Arguably one of our best, considering we don't have a lot of players who got a lot of the ball. I don't know who our best on ground would be. McGovern statistically. Yo's been okay. Williams been okay. Cripps been okay. We haven't really had any standouts, and I feel like Reed has done something good most times he got the ball. Petrocelli's worthy of mention. That is a great goal from Waterman. Well done. Glad we got one back. 16 touches for Reed. 5 clearances. Solid. So Oscar's the only one who hasn't fired today. I mean, I feel like a lot of players didn't fire today, like Gaff included. But yeah, he's definitely off. But again, yeah, pretty unwell. Harley Reid underrated. Yeah, I think he could go the Nat Nui way of being overhyped and underrated at the same time. Adelaide Hills against Sydney, that makes me cringe, my God. Come on, boys. Another poor clearance. Ooh, flower bag inside 50. Is that going to roll through? That was the worst goal ever. I mean, it wasn't a bad goal. It was just the flower bag. My God. I don't think he ever intended that to even be a goal. Gather Round is so woke. It does nothing for me, but apparently it's fun to go and attend. The crowd's going wild for that Rosie goal. To be fair, it was a good goal for everything except the actual drop punt. He did right. Yeah. Yeah, they really are managing Reed. I'm okay with it, to be honest. I know we want to see him. But Page, I'd rather just keep him healthy and fit and not overworked. Oof. Oh, yeah, I meant to update the score there. What the hell? I just removed our goal. Sorry. I updated the score and robbed us of a goal. Whoops. That is the score. I don't really care if Rio lose, but it would be nice. Like if they did get rolled, it would be nice for them to lose by more than us. But I don't think that's realistic at this point. This margin is blown out a little bit. Duggan inside 50, turnover almost. Noah Long. Come on, Chessa, kick you first. Ah! God damn it. Yeah, I think it's a fitness issue, this case, Darth. But I mean, fitness is a funny thing. It may not necessarily mean we're unfit as a side, but sometimes it takes weeks to build into it. I don't know. Actually, I don't really know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm saying. I think it's like lack of midfield numbers, to be honest. Like we have two senior midfielders in Kelly and Yo. And the rest of them are just like limited rotation players. So that's the one place I'd be looking first. But not much we can do about that by next week. Chessa, have a shot. Come on, Chessa. That's his first goal on AFL level. Get around Chessa, boys. I don't think they've reacted enough. That was his first goal. I don't think they realised it was his first goal. That's a great goal. Well done, Chessa. That might be one of the happiest aspects of this game, was Campbell Chessa kicking that goal on the siren. I'm happy for him. Well done, Chessa. 50 points. I mean, 50 points on paper is not bad. That's actually not a bad scoreline, I think. such have our so low our expectations now. But it wasn't too bad. Confidence plays a huge part in the team's performance. Agreed. And we are completely bereft of confidence. No way. I mean, no doubt. What is wrong? Sorry, I'm still sleep deprived. I'm saying dumb shit. Also, when you speak to a screen for 3 hours, you start saying dumb stuff. 49.5 line, damn. Rough. Thanks, DC. Yes. For the record, True Eagle would be the place where I put my recaps. Chester has already been in cap. He is, yeah. Yeah, I think that's actually the case, yeah. I bring him into the team. First reactions from that. Yeah, good job, the humps. Getting Port over the line. Yeah, absolutely robbed. Cool, guys. I might wrap it up there, considering I'm going to do a video very shortly on True Eagle, analysing this game. I need to digest it, watch some highlights, read some comments, come up with my opinion, and then we'll see. At least they were steady throughout the entire match. That's true, Brian. I mean, sort of, we were, but not in the same way that we used to. Like, we definitely dropped, but I think I agree that it was a much more even performance. It wasn't bad. Well said, Samantha. They are a good team. I disagree, Mark. I think Kelly's been great for West Coast generally, but today he wasn't great. It was our best and fairest last year. Only one more week, do we have more wins than you? That is no guarantee, mate. That is no guarantee. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'll wrap that up. And I just laughed at it. Did that Port assistant eat Josh Carr? Yeah, have a good one, guys. Thank you for being here. Check out True Eagle for any Eagles content you want to see. That's where it's going to be. I saw enough to feel that with another draft or two. I agree. yeah, plenty of optimism with the talent we have, I think, for sure. But yeah, thanks, guys. Still one less loss than Collingwood for sure. See you, Stainer. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.